This whole section is mainly for controlling chord voicings. When you first generate a chord, it will always start off in its raw formula, so just all the intervals stacked up in order. In piano-style voicings, the split point controls the lowest note that the right hand can play. So this is a 1-5-6-4 with the split point on the 1. And this is a 1-5-6-4 with the split point on the 4. So choosing the split point is the first point of control over your voicings. So once you've decided on your split point, this section is really the voicing controls. Reset takes you back to the raw formula again. So if you've made any changes like toggling notes or inverting the right hand, tap this to reset the current chord, and if you long press it, it will reset all the chords. Root will add a root note below the split point, so as if the left hand is playing it. Again, tap for the current chord or long press to apply to all chords. Fifth will add a fifth note to the left hand too, so then you have that classic left hand power chord. Reduce removes duplicate notes, which is an easy way to thin out your voicing if it's all sounding a bit thick. Revoice will invert the right hand chord shape to get all of the notes as close to the split point as possible, which gives a more realistic way that a keyboard player might reach for chords by keeping them all within a certain space. So if I reset everything, then you can hear that the raw formulas can sound quite detached when put in a progression. But then if I change the split point, add fifths in the left hand, reduce all, revoice all, and then immediately you're in a more musical arrangement. The select mode lets you grab certain notes by tapping or dragging, and then only those selected notes will be inverted or octave stepped. Otherwise, the octave steppers apply to the whole chord. If you go into global settings, you can toggle into guitar mode, and all that does is get guitar style raw formulas instead of piano based ones when you reset the chords. So if I do a full reset, you'll see it's automatically lined everything up as though you're playing in the C based set of shapes. And it's automatically set the low point as the open E string. So that's like the split point in piano, but now it's called capo, and you can still add notes below that point if you want, but with guitar mode, that's really intended to be the lowest note. So you can choose which guitar set you're playing in, and then this display will show you the default chord shape for the current scale degree, but then you can step through and change using the chord form stepper here. So this is reasonably specialized. If you understand guitar voicings, then this might be useful, or you could just play with it and you might get something nice. But for normal use, I'd just stay in piano mode.